be back in a second. I gotta get coffee. Weirdly enough, the coffee wasn't ready. So we'll just do water. All right. Welcome to Coffee and Resales with Water, because the coffee wasn't done brewing because I didn't push the button. Anyway, this is 2 days of live streams in the morning. Like 2 days in a row of live streams. Because 5 more sales today. 5 yesterday, 5 today. Listed 5 things yesterday. So I think between Christmas and and me actually listing regularly, things are picking up. So that's what we're going with. We're going to pull that down a little bit. So this figure's right at the top. Yeah, that's better. Okay. So, this morning, got stuff that sold, and we'll go over that. Didn't have any finds yesterday because Tuesdays is grocery day. I got an Aldi right in between work and home, and when I go home for lunch on Tuesdays, I go to Aldi and get stuff there because it's easy, so easy. I need to check and make sure we're copacetic on, because I think we are. And home, and when I go home for lunch, yep, that's me. He can hush. That was past me. Now, right now, me is going to do this and then that. Okay, a little discombobulated this morning, but that's okay too. All right. Sales 40, 25, 9, 13, 15. So $9 sale. It's a manga. I don't know what it's about. Hi, Kimmy. Hey. There are certain ones. This is older teen. I'm not sure what it's about, but whatever. $9. I tend to pick them up when I see them. I probably need to start backing off on buying them because the manga is getting popular enough now that they're not moving real well unless you have a set. And I don't have a lot of sets. It's one if you've got a set or a good run of a specific one, then that tends to do well. But singles outside of stuff that's way out of print for a while or had very limited print runs, they're not moving. So something to think about when you do manga. Next up, okay, picked these up a few weeks ago. Romance, I don't know, Huang, Twisted Hate, Twisted Lies, I don't know. It's some sort of goofy romance novel things that are like the modern stuff. But anyway, these two went for $13. So there's profit. This is $1 a piece on them, and again, this is another one of those that particularly like the modern vampire romancy stuff. Particularly the ones that you might find in like loot boxes, those types of authors. Pay attention to those when somebody posts when you go to Goodwill and there's a chunk of like somebody donates a bunch of their vampire novels. Look around and see if you can put 2 or 3. I would say, 2 works here, but 3 or more of them together. If you can get them cheap enough, you can make a little bit of money, and that's what happened here. I got a couple other situations like that. So, putting series together works if you get enough of them or get the right ones. That was a lesson there on those last 2. And next, theology. F.F. Bruce, New International Commentary on the New Testament, Book of Acts. This went for $15. This is from 1956. So, older conservative commentaries that might be out of print. F.F. Bruce is one of those guys. His older books are worth picking up to resell. I've had very good success selling his stuff, and older commentaries in general, by Baptist and Presbyterian and your more conservative denomination commentaries. And some of the older ones by maybe what we wouldn't consider conservative commentaries, but even some of the other stuff may be worth looking into. I think I flipped a couple occasionally by maybe some Methodist ministers and that sort of thing. But F.F. Bruce, good one to grab, particularly if it's an older version. And I think that one went for $15. It didn't have a dust cover on it, and I think there's a dust cover. If you have the dust cover, it would go for a little bit more too. But $15 for a book that may have had a dust cover is actually really good, because losing dust covers, I think theology books get a little bit different, but losing dust covers on a lot of particularly modern books really kills the value. There's nothing more irritating than seeing like maybe an older Stephen King book without the dust cover on it, because it just kills it. This is not worth grabbing most of the time, other than maybe a couple. But anyway, two more things left. Well, I had in the photo. It's a Zorro hat, and this is a nice Zorro hat. This isn't a like costume grade one. This is a nice, like a decent name with decent lining and a hat band. This is a nice Zorro hat. I'm a little surprised it didn't sell during Halloween. This went for $25. I think whoever bought this got a good deal. I think they're going to hopefully be pleasantly surprised. I think this is a good quality hat. I think this is probably, I hate to use the term worth more when it, market determines value. But for what this is, I wonder if this couldn't have been like a $50 hat maybe in a booth. Or something like that, when somebody could actually grab it and put it on and say, oh, that's a good hat. So, shipping it's going to be a little bit of a pain, but I think I got a box that'll fit. That's always a problem with like cowboy hats and big and wide brim hats, is finding a box to ship them because of the size sometimes. Finally, $40 sale, and this was a quick flip too. All this other stuff I've had actually hasn't been sitting around for a while, and so those were not fast flips. I think every single one of those I've had for a month or longer on those sales, and they all sold yesterday on the same day. This one sold within 24 hours. This is Wings of Fire graphic novel set 1 through 6. I picked this up last week, I think, and this was 50 cents a book, $40 for this set. They're in decent shape. They're not perfect, but they're in decent enough shape to grade them as good to very good. $40 for this stack. That was a quick move. So, what's happened over the past week? And I've kind of mentioned this. It's one of the things that consistently stays the same. About after Thanksgiving, when everything slowed down, and I was able to get back to work and back to a routine, I'm really trying to list 5 things at a time. You get 5 listings done a day, and I may blow through a bunch and then have not a lot to do. I'm going to Goodwill today, but my goal is to list 5 things a day right now. And over the past week, it's paid off. I had 5 sales yesterday, 5 sales yesterday, 5 sales the day before that. I think 2 or 3 the day before that. Things have been ramping up. It's Christmas. Get listing. If you're worried about sales, concerned that they're going down, the only way to get around it is to list stuff, because you can't sell if you don't list. So that's the thing there. And the eBay algorithm loves new listings. I don't do the delist relist methodology. I let the 30-day rollover handle that. But some people do. I think it works for some people. I think it's a little overrated. But for some people some people are convinced it works, and that's because the algorithm does like new listings. I don't think it likes delist, relist as much as some people make it out to be, but sometimes it may work. So, and I think I get a lot of sales off of that 30-day relist. And I try to keep an eye on stuff, and I'll drop the price a few bucks right after a relist too, and to make it on something that hasn't sold. So that's that to go with, and that's today. So I got stuff to pack. I got work to do. I bet you do too. So we'll get on out of here. Now, like, comment, subscribe. I'll catch you on the flip side. Have a good one.